Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rush Racing Division 2, the finale here, round number 18, season finale at Silverstone. Yes, it is the battle of constructors and the battle of the Division 2 championship, which has been a long time coming. These guys have had their preparation, they've had their chances to put the work in, put the practice in as much as they can, and the day is finally here. Division 1 is done and dusted. Congratulations to McJammy Dodge, who won the Division 1 championship, and he won it by a 3-second penalty on the final corner as well, which was very, very exciting. But obviously a bit of drama there for Fat Cat. And also congratulations to Division 1 constructors for Mercedes of Pop Top Bongo, who took out the constructors as well. And joining me in the comms box tonight is a man that has got a championship up for grabs as well on Monday night in Division 4. Quicksilver Deck, good evening.
Evening, SJ. Should be a very exciting evening in Silverstone, just down from Northamptonshire. We have 18 turns, 10 to the left, 8 to the right, 2 DRS zones, and what else do we have? We have a championship in the balance here. I believe this is the first time in Rush history we have a championship equal in points.
Yes, we do. It's going to be very, very exciting to see what's going to happen. And I'm going to put the graphic straight up. There we go. Graphic coming up on your screen now. You'll be able to see it. I'll let you take it away if you can see it quick.
I can see it. For one final time, we have Toast and Lamb going at it, both equal on 287 points into the finale here in Silverstone. But the question is, SJ, who will take the championship?
Well, I did say it was going. I did say Toast. So I'm going to stick with that. I think Lamb has got some serious pace. It's going to be very, very exciting, especially full quali as well, which is going to be even more exhilarating tonight. And and then also constructors as well. Quicksilver, both titles up for grabs tonight.
Both titles up, and surprisingly enough, it's both the teams in contention for the Drivers' Championship as well. Lamb being with Ferrari and Toast being with Alpine. The gap in the constructors is a bit bigger in favour of Alpine, but it's all to play for here tonight.
Definitely. And we need to get controlling in. He is the extra driver that we're needing, and Ricardo as well. So if we can get those guys in, or anyone's in the pits, they've got them added, get those guys in. We are still waiting on those two guys. So while I'll let Quicksilver try and get those guys in, I'm going to take it away on to the lovely gameplay that we've got here tonight. He's having power issues. Well, if Lamb can get reserve in from Division 3, then now is your time, because you do not want to be missing out. You've got a constructors to fight for, and that's not what you want. But while we're here, let's go through the grid. We have got Gangster in at the Haas. We've got Angus in at the McLaren. Sats in the Williams. Toast, the man that is fighting for that championship tonight. The pressure is on that man in that Alpine. And we've then got Winter hosting for us tonight. Thank you very much, Winter. In the Mercedes Symphonic, in the VCAB. Daniel Rocks in the Williams, reserving as well for the Echo that's not here tonight, which is a bit of a shame. And then we've got Ryan Adair. Look at the pressure. He's in the pits at the moment, just minding his own business. And the pressure is on him tonight to take away his first ever championship in Rush. He's been so close before. Can he be even closer tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Webber in the kick, reserving again. We saw some extreme pace they had last week at Zandvoort, and he has got it. Let's have to see if he's got it this week in Silverstone. Then we head over to Terence in the Red Bull, Kaz in the VCAB, Vettel in the other Alpine, Liam Darenberg reserving for McLaren, Falcon in the Red Bull, Nico Hulkenberg, which is known as Sick Paddy in the kick, who has been on great form, Aben in the Aston as well, and Zach User in the Haas. We are still awaiting Controlling and Ricardo. So guys, if you've got them as friends, get those guys in the lobby and let's get them in. as soon as we can, because we want as many people as we are on the grid. Especially Ferrari do not have a driver. That would definitely not be the way tonight if that was the case. Quicksilver.
Yeah, definitely. Power issues are definitely not what you want to be having when you're in contention for a championship here, as well as I believe there's a little fight down the back end of the overalls too, all to play for there, as I believe that will also set our draft order for next season. Not too sure about it, but yeah, hopefully we can get both those guys in and just let them give it their all.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to get these guys in and see if we can get someone. Must get them in. I'm going to quickly do it once on the stream if I can find him. Get these guys in quickly because I want to get as many as we can on the grid. Let's have a look. Where's controlling? There's no controlling. Where's Ricardo? Ricardo. There is Ricardo. Controlling. I can't see at the moment. Thank you very much for that, EA. Okay.
As Toe sets the fastest lap here with a 26.388, but his championship rival Ryan is still sitting in the pit lane, or no, he's just starting his out lap. So, do we reckon we're going to see some split strategy even in qualifying here? Some of the fast guys thinking they'd only do one run for Q1 and maybe Q2, and some of the guys down the back of the grid maybe not so confident with their pace, trying 2, maybe 3 laps in the first qualifying. That'll be interesting to look at as Liam comes back into the pits unable to set a lap on his first run, SJ.
Yeah, definitely. Having problems with controlling. I've sent an invite to Ricardo, so hopefully we can get Ricardo in. But yeah, Toast does set the fastest lap with a 126.388. And we've got Kingston Hards. Very interesting strat there. He's going there. We're going to jump on board with Ryan Adair for a flying lap. We are hearing rain in the race at Silverstone, so that's going to be spicing things up. As I've put a message into the Discord. 1 free seat tonight for Ferrari. Division 2 reserves. Division 3. Now is your chance to get involved as soon as possible. Let me know. Because we really want to get this team an opportunity for a seat, and I'm going to do my hardest as I can to get a car in that seat. But I'm going to let you take it away with Ryan Adair, who's about to start. Quicksilver Deck, all over to you.
Yeah, we see Ryan coming into the last chicane here. Keeps it nice and tight on the curbs. Going out of the final corner into turn 1, burning all the battery down to 81%, as he'll take turn 1 flat out, doesn't need to shift down from 8th. Now into turn 3, keeps it nice and tidy on the curb. Will he follow it up on the next left-hander? Yes, he will. Very nice, gentle with the throttle, heading down to the first DRS straight. He will burn his battery down to around 60%. Very easy to go wide here. Looks like he might have. Heading into Luffield now, exiting Woodcote. Now burning down to a 50%. Taking this flat out, are we? Yes, we are. Down to 7th gear, burning once again. Going into Maggots, flows right into Beckett's. Takes it all flat out to just a slight braking input, heading now down the hangar straight. DRS wide open, burning down to 10% battery. Down Stowe, keeps it nice into Vale. Now also all down to Club Corner. What lap time will we see here? Burning whatever's left of his battery, used up his deployment, but he sets the fastest lap. That is a mighty 25.9 from Ryan Adair.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still trying to work out. I'll let Quicksilver see if he can get an extra driver in for Ferrari. I'm trying my hardest to try and get someone in. We've got reserves available, but they're not replying at the moment. So Ryan Adair set the fastest time, 25.969. Toast P2, 26.388 as that user, 26.446. We're on an outlap of Suts. We've still not got Ricardo in yet. Come on, guys, get your asses in this lobby. We've got 8 minutes to go. I do not want to be seeing anyone messing around here. Let's get these guys in. We have got a few guys in the pits. If you're in the pits, help you guys out and get this guy, get the Ferrari. Another team driver as still as controlling, as unfortunately having power issues when he's told me literally on the day and on the night of the race, which is you need to be aware of any of those issues that happen. Getting drivers on standby is the key here. Right, well, let's jump on board with Webber for a flying lap when he gets underway. At the moment, top three. Angus just does a 26.822 there. We're going to jump on board with Webber for a flying lap. At the moment, we've still got no Ricardo. I'm trying to get these guys in. It's so frustrating. Join. You can join, okay. If Lamb can hear me, if you can announce Nicholas Lausanne to in the chat, or you message him quick, I will invite him in, and as long as he announces him in the chicken, I will invite Nicholas in now, and he will jump in the Ferrari. I just need Lamb to announce him, and then that's all good. Where is he? 2 secs. There's Ricardo again. I'm sending you another one. Where's this guy? There's the oh god. Connecting online services. There we go. Right. Hopefully that is the case. I've sent. Okay. Just need him to announce a driver in the Div 2 chicken. If you could get him to do that quick, that would be amazing. He's in the pits at the moment, so he should be able to do it. There should be no drama. A lot of drama happening here in this race, guys. Jesus. Let's go. Here we go. Right, so we're on board with Webber for flying lap. 7 minutes to go of Q1. Ryan has decided to call it. Here we go, on board with Webber. Going into the first corner very, very nicely. So far, so good. Ricardo is in. That's even better to hear. Nimvin is in as well. Even better. Now we're just waiting for the zombie, who probably is watching a movie yet again. But here we go, coming on into the final corner, into Sector 1, down the main straight of the Hangar Straight. Get a little bit of traffic on the left-hand side. So far, so good. This man has got some serious pace. We saw it in Zanderville. Are we going to see it in Silverstone tonight? 70% ERS at the moment into third gear, then into fourth. Burn the ERS, coming into... I forget this blooming corner now. I know one's Stowe and this one's Cops. Here we go into Cops. Very, very well done so far. Then he's going to ease into Mackett's and Beckett's onto the curb. Very nicely onto the left-hand side, keeping it clean, keeping it within track limits. Cars on the left-hand side. Cars keeping it out the way. Now down the main straight. DRS all the way. 8th gear, 16%, 12%. ERS now into Stowe, then coming into the last couple of corners. Probably the hardest part of Silverstone. Into the left-hander, gets onto the curb, slides the car onto the right-hand side of the curb, keeping going to the left and crossing the line. What's it going to be for Webber? And he goes up P2 with a 26.352. What a lap there from the Kick Sauber driver. Quick.
Yeah, with that lap, he's also split, as he goes off at turn 3 there, he has split the two championship rivals. Although it is only Q1, that could be the difference between the championship and P2 at the end of the night.
Yes. Just trying to get Lamb.
Is there anyone we can ride on board with?
Yep. I'm trying to do
It's just starting.
Trying to get your TP to announce that driver in the Ferrari at the moment. So if he doesn't announce him, he will be DSQ'd. So he needs to announce
Apparently
him.
he's still checked out, so...
No, he just needs to check into a car.
Apparently Lamb isn't quite understanding of that.
He needs to check into a car. And let me get him, hang on, 2-6.
Yep. Alright, we will ride on board with Gangster, now only going down the Hangar Straight, but he's lost fuel, so he's on an in-lap. I'm not sure if there's anyone quite on a hot lap here. We have Terrence going into Club Corner. He's pretty much burned all of his battery, any more burn, and he's used all of his deployment. He goes up to P6, 7/10 behind Ryan Adair, of course. Called it quits pretty early on into the session, as we have no one else really on a lap here. It's pretty quiet around the circuit at the moment, SJ.
It is indeed. Have we got everyone else in? Ricardo is in as well. We're just waiting on Zombie. Zombie is giving it very, very late here to get into this lobby. I don't know if you've got him as a friend or not, but if we can get
No,
him in.
sir.
Okay, if anyone else has got him in, that would be absolutely fantastic. There we go. Nicholas has checked in to the Ferrari, so Lan is saved by the bell. There we go. So let's go back on board. What we've got at the moment, we've got Ricardo on us.
I believe we have an invent.
Yep. All right. Well, I've got Ricardo on an outlap, so I'll have to. I'll let. If you could send Liam Derenberger an invite, that'd be fantastic, and I'll let you jump on board with Ricardo for a flyer.
Yep, jumping on board with Ricardo now, starting off the lap, burning his battery down to around 80%, taking turn 1 flat out. He will downshift into 7th, now going into Village Corner. Keeps it nice on the right. He will do the same for the left, and maybe a bit of a slow entry, but a very nice exit as Zach Hughes has retired from the session. Now going down Wellington Straight. Not using much of his battery, just keeping it hung around 70%. Hops over the curb nicely, decides to keep it tight at the beginning of Luffield, and then nice and open on the exit now. Going down Woodcote into Cops. How much of that battery will he burn? He'll get it down to 50%. Keeps it nice, no wheel spin on exit there. Now heading into Maggots. 30%. He's not saving battery through here, I believe, as he will slam on the ERS. Maybe a suboptimal exit from him out of Beckett's, but he doesn't have much ERS now. This is really going to hurt him. Going out of Stowe into Vale, now into Club Corner. He really doesn't have any battery. That will cost him a lot of straight line speed, but coming across the final corner, deploying everything he has, but he actually sets the fastest lap. Believe it or not, despite everything I've said going down the hangar straight, he has set the fastest lap by a whole 0.5 of a second. That is an unbelievable lap, SJ.
Yeah, he's got some serious pace there, Ricardo, and he has definitely put a spanner in the works at the moment on the top 3. We've still got Kaz and Sut still to set times at the moment, and Toasters decided to retire, so everyone's happy at the moment. 2 kick Salbers, 4th and 6th. Great job from them. Ricardo will look to retire as well. 40 seconds to go. At the moment, we're losing Kaz, Suts, Falcon and Winter at the moment. Ninvin has just managed to put himself into the top 15 at the moment. Daniel Rocks is in P11 and he's got an opportunity to go through as well. I mean, I'm eliminated. Well, you're at 26.8, mate, and you're in the pits, and we'll have to wait and see. Controlling has now joined. Oh no, that's absolute drama because Ninvin is in the wrong car, so he shouldn't have joined. Should not have joined.
This is Mexico all over again when I had H-Town check into my car.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do we have anyone on a hot lap? I believe we'd have many. I'll ride on board with Kazuto, who's yet to set a lap. Just setting it into Beckett's, down into 5th gear, bit wide on exit, but he will slam down both the DRS and the ERS, heading down the hangar straight. Will he keep it tight into Stowe? He will keep the revs very high through the corner, now into 6th, 7th, presumably down to 3rd. Lots of lift through there in Club, round the final corner, and he'll set a P3. So he's gone from no lap to P3. as we've gone over the timer, so it's just now Isaac at the back of the grid to set a lap time. Going into club, hops over the curb, keeps it nice on throttle, round the final corner, and that is a P4 result there. A 1:26.2, and that will conclude our first qualifying session.
Yeah, it is. Nicholas, Lausanne, Vettel, and Symphonic all out of Q1. So we'll go through the classification results there. Ricardo taking pole position at the moment, going into Q2. Reiner there, P2. Kaz in P3. Sutz P4. Aben P5. Toast P6. Weber 7th. Then Zach User, Angus Falcon, Nico Holmberg, and known as Sick Buddy, Terence Winter, Liam Derenberg, Daniel Rocks, Vettel, Gangster, Symphonic, and Ninvin all out of Q1. So feel free if you want to jump in for an interview, guys. There you go. So I will let you take away the interviews.
Alright, it looks like we're going to be starting off with our P16. We have VLT Vettel in here. He set a 1:26.917, just 1.5 seconds off the race leader. So qualifying leader. Just take us through that qualifying session, Vettel.
I didn't think I would drop from P6 to P16 over a quali session. So, I used my old softs. I don't think I dropped that low, to be honest. I thought it was more of a safety lap. Judged wrong, but that's alright. I'm hearing Monaco run it back.
Yeah, so you've really just missed the cut. You thought you'd be safe, but it is really, really tight margin between you and Daniel Rocks in P15. How is it looking for you going to the final race? Obviously, you have a nice buffer in the Constructors' Championship, but what's the race going to look like from here?
Guess we have to wait and see. I don't know if you guys know, but the start is raining. The start of the race is wet and it dries up slowly. But yeah, no, stuff will go down. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Well, we know we have at least one incredible Ferrari driver, great in the wet around here, but that concludes my part of the interview for you, Vettel. If SJ has any questions.
Yes, obviously a lot of drama in this race already. Obviously, connection issues, power cuts, trying to fill the team to help the team out. So, how are you feeling at the moment? Obviously, both of yourself and Nicholas Lazane are eliminated, both battling for the constructors at the moment, and then obviously your teammate Toast and also Lamb going into Q2. This looks like this is going to go to the wire, and it's going to be a fantastic battle for the constructors.
Yeah. I mean, we've put it in almost every race, every season, all season. We've tried our best. I mean, what are we, 20 points behind Ferrari? It's possible, but fair play to them. They've been a lot more consistent all season. But yeah, no, it's come down to the last race, which is always good to see. And yeah, I'm looking forward to do my 40 odd minutes of just overthinking, and then yeah, we're going to the race.
No, you can prepare, mate. You prepare. How are you feeling anyway? How's Toast feeling? The pressure must be on.
Well, I messaged him earlier today, and I just said good luck, mate. And he said, yeah, thanks. So he's very Kimi Raikkonen right now. Yeah, no, I'm sure he's I don't know, mix of happy and nervous. You know, it's great to be in this race, and like this part of the race. I've done it a few times for championship battles, but yeah, no, it's always nervous. But I mean, you only get the opportunity maybe once or twice.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I wish you all the best for the last race of the season, and good luck to your team, and good luck in the race.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
And we've got one more, which is the person that saved the day for your team.
Yeah, we have Nicholas in here with us. How are we feeling tonight?
Feeling kind of nervous. First Div 2 race. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's your first Div 2 race, and are you really feeling any pressure? Obviously, you're having to defend a 20-point lead in the Constructors' Championship here, as Weber said, say 26.1 is the fastest lap. Yeah, do you feel any pressure, or just how's it feeling?
Oh, 100%. We'll have to do our best work against Toast to try defend the gap. Um,
Yeah.
hope the, no, yeah, continue.
No, I think I'll let you finish your response there.
Hope that nothing bad happens with the race. I know that Div 2 has drivers that are a lot more ecstatic with their overtakes, so we'll see how it goes.
Of course. Well, we've got a nice buffer over Alpine here. I'm sure that will be very nice heading into the race, even though you're down in P19. Are we looking at any strategical advantage here, or are we just going to go out there and race?
Oh, 100%, but I obviously can't reveal that. But we'll just try our best to hopefully secure the championship for Ferrari.
Of course, mate. Best of luck, and I'll hand you over to SJ if he has any questions.
Yep, if you could invite Daniel Rocks back, he's just like that. So if you could
On it.
get him back in, that'd be awesome. Nicholas, obviously you are the saviour at the moment. Obviously, Controlling had a few power outages, and I don't know if he's got back in or not. We'll have to wait and see. Liam, I've invited you as well. Yeah, how do you feel? Obviously, out in Q1, going into the race, are you feeling good? Are you feeling that strategy? You're going to go for a different strategy compared to others? Like, how do you feel about the race in itself, Silverstone?
Yeah, 100% we'll have to update the strategy to compete with the other people next to me in the ladder. It's definitely going to be an interesting turn of events, especially with a new car, a new handling. I am trying a new wing setup. Hopefully, we'll be able to succeed with that. And that's basically all I've changed.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you can do next season. Obviously, this is going to be the last time we play this game, so all the best in the race. And for your team, obviously the spotlight is on you tonight for Ferrari to help Ryan Adair and Ferrari take that Constructors. 20-point gap between Ferrari and Alpine. So, yeah, no pressure, mate. No pressure at all.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Okay, I think that is everyone done and dusted. So we're going to jump on board with Abin, who is on a flyer at the moment. But if you are tuning in with us, we are here for the finale. It is the Division 2 Championship combined with the Constructors. They are on a tie on 287 each between Toast and Lamb. And then also the Constructors is 20 points between Ferrari and Alpine at the moment. So, yeah, there's a lot on offer tonight. 8 minutes to go in Q2. Ricciardo is in P1 at the moment. Toast is in P2. Weber in P3. Ryan Adair in P5 at the moment. So we still have one more session to go. And just about to get on board with Aben, who is just coming through Maggots and Beggots. Do you retire? I don't know, mate. That's up to you. Entirely up to you if you want to say you're tired. That's a question you should talk to your TP about, and he'll be able to give you the answer. Obviously tonight, no adverts. No adverts tonight. So free stream for everyone to tune in and watch. And press that blue button if you can. And subscribe. Really does go to a good cause for the Rush League itself. But here we go. We're on board with Aben is about to start his final lap. He's got his teammate in P1. What can Aben do coming into turn 1? 73% on the ERS at the moment. Then drops onto the 100, then into the 50. Does he get onto the cab? Yes, he does there. 80% of the ERS drops down into gear 3 there. Now move up to gear 4. Getting up on the ERS and the DRS at the same point, all the way up, hanging straight now into the nice left-hander, then pushing into the right-hander, keeping it nice and tight there, and keeping it nice and tight on the right-hander. They're going a little bit too wide there, losing a little bit of grip coming out of that corner. Now coming all the way to the right-hand side onto the curb, coming into Cops. Keeping it on the track very nicely there. So far, so good. Then coming into Maggots and Beckett's into 7th gear and into 8th gear. Still got around about 47% ERS. Very, very good so far. Keeping it within the track limits. Really holding that car. Going down the main straight now towards Stowe in 8th gear. 20% of the ERS all the way down the main straight into Stowe. Getting onto the curb. Then coming into Club and Vale into the last couple of corners, which is the hardest part of Silverstone. You've got to get onto the left, then onto the right, not unbalance the car by getting onto the curb, then to the final corner, across the line. Only a P8 there for Abbott, so not much improvement at all. A bit of a worry there for the Aston Martin driver compared to his teammate tonight, Quick.
Yeah, he only improved by around 600ths there, but his teammate, Ricciardo in P1, that 125.5 is absolutely monstrous. But speaking of, he is starting a hot lap, so I guess I'll take that one away. He's burning down to 78% battery heading into turn 1, downshifts into 7th. Now going into the village, keeps it nice on the inside curb, sets up the next corner very nicely. Now we're going to go past Aintree, down the Wellington straight, cuts as much of that curb as he can. DRS wide open in the rear. Brakes just beyond the 50-meter board, keeps it nice over that left-hand curb. Now into the right, he has kept it very tidy through there. Now onto the RS as Webber has called it quits with 4 minutes to go. He's pretty confident that he's going to make it through. But Ricciardo keeps it flat now, looking for a nice entry into Maggots. Keeps it glued on those curbs. Now exiting Beckett's a very nice exit. Back onto the battery. Now he's going to burn down to 10%. And I won't say anything about the battery this time around because we know what happened last time. As Lamb said, say 25.6, going faster than his championship rival Toast. Now going into the final corner, deploy has been used and he sets a new fastest lap. A whole 5/10 faster than his previous and a whole 6/10 faster than one of our championship rivals here, SJ. That is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Ricciardo is on fire tonight with these times, and we'll have to wait and see how this is going to go. But yeah, he is very, very quick tonight. Zach User as well, though, he's in the top 5. We've got Daniel Rocks at the moment, Winter, Terrence, Angus, and Liam Dernberg all look like they will be getting eliminated to go. We'll have to wait and see. This is the last chance for qualifying to see how it's going to go. We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, some fantastic times there. 25s, top 3 in the 25s. Every single person down from P4 down to P11 in the 26s. Can Liam Darrenberg just tip Falcon and get himself out? Can Angus and Terrence Winter and Daniel Rocks improve on some of their times as well? We'll have to wait and see. Whereas this looks like this will be the last qualifying session we will see here. We're just going to jump on board as well for the prediction. 73% of you are saying that Lamb is going to take the Div 2 chip. 27% of you saying that Toast is going to take it. So Lamb has the advantage in the vote at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see there. Going to be interesting to see what happens. Ryan Adair has decided to call it. Webber's called it earlier on. So now it's just P5 down to P15 that may still continue. Will Ricciardo call it as well? That would be the question. I don't think he'll need to... continue. because he's got a fantastic time like that, as Toast decides to retire as well. So we are starting to see some retirements. There you go, Zach User as well. They're happy. Will Kaz be the next one? Doesn't look like it. We're going to see every single other person out on an out lap. The question is, though, Quicksilver, who is going to go out and who is going to make it through?
Now the thing with that is there's not really much of a gap between P9 and P10. It's really still all to play for. As Ricciardo pulls off to the side just after Luffield into the old pit exit. Not quite the one we're using at the moment, but is he? I'm quite confused here. Do we think he's planning to take another lap, or is he going to dip into the pits and retire? Because I don't really know what to take here. But something else I did want to touch on before everyone does start that lap is if somehow both of our championship rivals somehow just collide, going to turn one, they both happen to DNF, Ryan Adair would win it on countback with 5 wins as opposed to Toast 3. So let's just hope both of them keep it clean, as I don't reckon either would want to jeopardize their championship here, as I reckon you would love to take it away with Terence here.
Well, I'm actually on board with Aben at the moment. Just looking in Sector 1 to see if there's an improvement in Sector 1. He is in the drop zone at the moment. He has improved 0.77, which will still keep him in P9 at the moment. So he's on the cusp of staying through at the moment. We'll keep him on board with Sector 2. We will go through the order, and I'll let Quicksilver take away Q3, which I'm sure he'll get very, very excited with, because that's going to be the one to look out for at the moment. Who's going to be going out? That's going to be the question here. And who will we be talking to on the interview in to Q3? So Aben into Sector 2. Are we seeing improvement? Looks like we're seeing a little bit of strategy here from Aston Martin. 2.5 attempts. He is going to go P8 for the moment. He could even go further than that, as Ricciardo gives him a nice slipstream. Can Aben get through into Q3? This is going to be the question here. Ricciardo has really helped him. He's sacrificed himself. He's decided he's not going to continue. Aben coming round into the final corner. Where is that going to put him after that help from his teammates? Only P9. It's not going to be enough, is it? We'll have to wait and see. We've got Falcon on a lap as well, who has 2.5 tenths up on his time. It looks like Aben could be in a bit of trouble here. Liam Derenberg is coming round into the last couple of corners. Is he improved as well? Aben's dropped down into P10. Terence is up into P8. Liam's up into P7. Aben is out of Q2. Winter is out of Q2. What about Falcon? Can he make it through? No, he can't. Angus, what about Angus? Coming around to the final corner, Daniel Rocks is out as well. What about Angus? Angus doesn't make it through either.
That is...
Winter is out. Daniel Rocks is out. And I'm just trying to work out who else was out so we can get these guys in for an interview. Right, I'm going to have to quickly skedaddle very, very quickly, but I'll let you take away the classification results there.
I'd love to take away the classification. SJ, we have Ricciardo winning pole in Q2 by over 5 tenths over Ryan Adair, down to Kazuto in P3, Toast P4, Isaac P5, Sick Party P6, Weber P7, Zach's P8, Liam P9, Terence P10, with Falcon, Angus, Aben, Winter, and Daniel Rocks out in Q2, as we have Daniel Rocks in here. I would love to take away an interview here, Daniel, if you'd love to unmute.
Yeah, what's up?
Alright, so not the best qualifying view. Just take us through that first lap, actually. I'm very intrigued about it. You set a 128. Just take me through that.
That was on very used tires. So not really performance there. It was very old softs that I used in Q1, trying to get myself into Q2. And then when I was in Q2, I had no other fresher softs, so
So just trying to classify. I see. But then we set a lap on the fresher softs, I believe, and you still couldn't quite get out of Q2. Just what was that last lap like?
The last lap, it was still on another set of like used softs, not very used, but I'm pretty sure like one lap used softs. So it was very it was decent, but obviously not good enough to get into Q3.
All right. Well, what is our strategy looking like? If you can give anything away here, down in P15, I suspect you're going to have a lot of positions to make up.
Yeah, a lot of positions to make up indeed, Quicksilver. My strategy is I'm not giving it away. It's a secret. I'm not telling you. So you're gonna have to find out when it comes time for the race. Wait, oh, it's wet. So, no,
That's
I'm gonna
right.
give it away. I'm gonna be really aggressive on the race start. Try to make up as many positions as I can before the switch over to the dry.
All right. Well, that'll conclude our interview with Daniel Rocks. Thanks for jumping in, mate, and enjoy Q3.
Thank you.
All right.
Next, we'll,
All right, go on. Sorry, I'm
if you'd
back.
like to take the next one.
Okay, we'll go over to Angus in the McLaren. Angus, unfortunately, out of Q2. What happened, mate? What went wrong?
Oh, nothing really went wrong. Just didn't have the pace. I thought it
Well,
was
that's
a
honest.
decent lap for
That's
me.
the
So
honesty. How are you feeling going into the race now?
yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't think I'll be moving up the ladder. Probably down the ladder if anything. But we'll see how we go. I haven't got a strategy or anything yet.
Well, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Liam Downberg made it into Q3. Pretty. What's your thoughts to him? Do you think he'll get into the top 3, top 5?
Hopefully wins it. Get some
That's,
points for McLaren.
that would be good. That would be good. All right. Well, yeah. I'll let you go. I'll let you get ready for the race, and wish you all the best.
Cheers. Catch you later.
No worries. All right. Over to you for the next one. Great.
All right, and it looks like we have Abin here for our final interview from Q2. How was that session for you?
At first it looked promising. I did 2 scrub runs. At the beginning, the second scrub run, I did a perfect sector 1, but then the tires died. Then the last one on the fresh softs I locked up almost everywhere, so that was game over there. And even though Richardo gave me a tow, couldn't do much.
Yeah, that was my next question actually. Was the plan always to give you the tow down the backstraight, or did that just like fall together in the moment?
Yeah. That was the plan. Um, Yeah, I needed those extra tens to probably find my way into Q Q3, but the tow's only gonna do so much if you don't put the lap together. So yeah, it was my fault in the end, but yeah.
All right, I have 2 more questions before I hand you over to SJ. How do we feel in the wet?
Uh, I've it's been a while since I did a wet race around Silverstone, so I don't know, especially starting from the back, it's gonna be very hard to get through, and possibly there's gonna be some chaos turn 1, so Uh, final race of the season. I don't want to end it early, so I'll take it safe.
Good words there, but speaking of words, do you have any to give out to Ricciardo here as he enters Q3?
Yes. Pole position, mate. Pole position. It's pole position.
That's what we want to hear, but now I'll hand you over to SJ if he has anything to ask you.
Yeah, thank you. Quick, we just lost Gangster, so if we could get him back in, that would be a fantabby doozy. Aben, obviously you and Ricardo have been fantastic all season. to watch. You know, especially in Vegas and most of our races tonight. Obviously, tried to do the get a bit of a toe, but it just didn't work. Just did you struggle a little bit, or what did you actually make time up on the toe that Ricardo gave you?
Yeah, a little bit, but honestly, I'm just at wit's end with this game. I just can't wait for this game to just finish and move on to the new game. Hopefully, it's any better. But yeah, I feel like I achieved everything I wanted to achieve in this game. So yeah, already sick and tired of this game. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people feel the same. So hopefully we can have a good hurrah, and yeah, we can have one good last race before we get on to the 26th DLC.
Yeah, indeed. Have a good
Well,
night, guys.
I wish you all the best as well. Good luck. All right, we've got one more interview. EA is being a bit of a pain. If we lose one more, we may have to even rethink about just restarting and getting everyone in and going again. We'll have to wait and see. But Zombie, you're here on behalf of Winter. It was a bit unfortunate for Winter to go out. So what do you think went wrong with Winter's qualifying?
G'day guys. Yeah, I think apparently he was 7 tenths up, but he got a bit of a ghost delta, so he did have a lot of confidence going into qualifying. I think he's practiced good all week, but yeah, I think just below the pace at the moment, but we still got a whole race to go. Obviously, it being raining, so we'll find out.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like it's going to be a very interesting race, a wet race, depending on if we get any more people leaving, as we are having a lot of problems with EAA tonight, which is not what we want, especially for the finale race. But how are you feeling that Winter's going to go, and also yourself?
I mean, the Winter's luck just has to be this race, honestly. He has had some unbearable luck. Yeah, but, you know, it's the last race of the season. I'm sure he'll give it all he got. He's been practicing no traction control, so hopefully he can do something with the no traction control. But obviously it being raining and him not liking the rain that much, we just have to finish the race and try and secure P2 in the overalls.
Yeah, definitely. Because from obviously last night, it looks like you've got some pressure on you from several other teams: Kick, Red Bull, and also VCAB and Williams. So that would be good to solidify. You've already taken a championship, Division 1. Well done to Pop Top. So yeah, let's keep it going and end the season well.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'll try and put on a show from last.
In the wet, mate. We can only imagine.
I love the wet. I love the wet. Just wait. Alright, I'll see you guys later.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, well, that's all the interviews done and dusted. Quick, we are having serious problems with EA tonight. They don't like us tonight. We keep losing people left, right, and centre. But we've got 3 minutes to go, and we are on an outlap, which I'm going to let you take it away from board with Webber when he gets round into the final corner. What's your thoughts at the moment? Look how this is finishing. We've got Ricardo in P1, Ryan there in P2, and Toast in P3. That is looking quite juicy, I must say.
Oh, certainly, but we'll just point out once again that monstrous gap from Ricciardo down to Ryan in P2. Once again, it just keeps growing and growing. It's now 7 tenths between the Div 2 championship leader and then another 9 tenths to the co-championship leader. So, yeah, that's almost a whole second separating the top 3 here, which is just unbelievable, to be honest. It's safe to say that Ricciardo has pole unless Ryan, Toast, or anyone else has something to pull out of the pocket here. But it really does look like it's going to swing his way in the qualifying, and it will be interesting to see if he can maintain that pace for the wet race that we have coming up, as he retires from the session and Webber comes down to the chicane here, now heading into the final corner. 6th gear, burning the battery down to around 80% is a good benchmark, but he goes down to 75 and burns right out of turn 1. Now going into village, keeps it tidy there, keeps it tidy on the left. Maybe a little bit of wheel spin there on exit, but nothing too much. Opening the DRS now, 8th gear. Top speed, looking at 328 kilometers per hour. Keeping it nice over the curb there. Running a little bit wide, but grabs the apex back. Exiting Luffield out of Woodcote now. 8th gear, burning the battery down to 46%. Keeps it flat, very quickly shifts down to 7th and back up to 8th. Approaching Maggots now. Left, right. Left again, downshifts, just lifts over the curve there. No brake input, but he goes over the curb, doesn't invalidate. Keeps it together, heading down the old hanger straight. Now into Stowe, keeps it respectable through there. Now going down into Club, he has lots of speed going to the corner, just locked up there. But that lap will still put him into P4. Now, I will say, SJ, without that wheel spin we saw there, that little lockup, how much faster would that lap have been?
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I'm just trying to work out a few things in the background here. I'm just needing the order of Q1. So if anyone's got the order of the qualifying, then that would be great. Or I'm going to need the order from the get-go if we are going to red flag this after quali, because we've had a lot of connection issues. But I'm on board with Lamb at the moment. He has basically got no time left, so he can make no mistakes. Let's have a look to see. He is up on his time, but he is going to have to pull something out the bag because Ricciardo has put down one hell of a time, which is the pedigree of a 124, which is insanely quick, especially in here, and he's done it a few times. Sutz goes up into P2 of a 125.503. Toast, Sick Party does a P5 there of a 25.8. Lamb is coming through Mackett's and Beckett's now, and then he's keeping it on the track at the moment, which is good to see. Zach User up into P4. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. We'll have to wait and see it coming around into the final corner of Stowe. What can Lamb do? He's ahead of Toast at the moment. This is great news for him as Toast goes P2 for 25.447 as Lamb gets a little bit out of sorts on the curb, coming out to the final corner, and he goes in front of Toast into P2, and that is what Lamb needs, and that is what Lamb wants. Here we go. That is a very interesting Q3 there. So Ricciardo taking pole, 6/10 quicker than Ryan Adair in P2, Toast in P3 with a 25.447. Hardly anything in it between him and Ryan Adair. Then you've got Sutz, Zach User, Kaz, Nico Hulkenberg, known as Sick Party, Weber, Liam Derenberg, and Terrence are your top 10. What a qualifying that was.
That was nothing short of chaotic. Now, the gap between P2 and P3, very marginal. That really just represents the whole championship, doesn't it? Just nothing between the two. Obviously, equal points heading into the race here. Lamb has the upper hand of the front row. And I'm very intrigued to see where this race heads after turn 1, SJ.
Yeah, we are going to be red flagging this race. So if we can get the order of the qualifying, that would be amazing. So we will be red flagging this race due to the connection issues. So if you can get a screenshot as soon as you see that order, please let me know. All right.
Yep, yes sir. We will start this race, but it will be very short-lived. What this does do for the drivers, though, is just shuts off park firmware. Any rules thrown out the window when it comes to setups, and they can really differentiate what they're gonna do
Get the
here. As
order?
I've got me a screenshot.
Awesome.
That would be the order.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the final graphic that we will see before we get on to the gameplay. It is the Constructors. It is the championship up for grabs for Division 2. Alpine versus Ferrari. Toast versus Lamb. Tied on points for the championship. And also 20-point gap for the Constructors. So we are about to get underway here. Do apologise for the issues due to EA. We have restarted, we have changed the lobby host, and we will get underway. Quicksilver, I will let you take away the start of this race. I am sure this is going to be one for the history books.
Absolutely. As we touched on before, it is the first ever championship in Rush history. It has taken 10 seasons to get here in multiple divisions, but we are equal on points. There can only be one. Whoever finishes ahead will be the champion, or if they both happen to DNF, it will go the way of Ryan Adair, who has the advantage in the wins department. Honestly, I don't know what to expect down to turn 1. None of them are on pole. They are P2 and P3 respectively. Ricciardo edged them out by, I believe, 7/10 of a second. And we have rain, it appears. So, if there was a time to get your wet setup on, I'm glad to say Park Ferme is off, and, well, yeah, can't wait to go green here.
Yeah, this is obviously exactly going to be very interesting to see. SJ is dry, unlike this weather. SJ is dry, unlike this weather. Okay, thanks for that, Mozza. No problem. I don't know how to make that comment. I am dry. I've got to drive through at the moment, but I am getting ready to get underway. But yeah, definitely going to be very interesting. Obviously, it was wet conditions earlier on. It's still wet conditions as well. So nothing's really changed. The weather is just basically given us exactly the same, which is great to see. So we are going to have a wet race. Are we going to have a full wet race, or are we going to have going into dries? That's going to be the question. Quick.
Of course, I'm sure there'll be someone in the chat to let us know later on if we'll be transitioning to a dry race, but right now it is pouring down. You'd think most people would start on the intermediate here, if not everyone. As we know, the wets aren't the prime tyre in any wet condition here. They will set you off on a good start, but after a few laps they just wear away way too quickly, and the inters quickly become the tyre to be on, as we are still waiting to get to the 5 red lights here. Everyone taking their time. Just as I say that, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And the championship will come to a head in Silverstone. Ryan doesn't get a great launch, but neither does Toast. We have Isaac and Zax heading side by side into turn 1, making a bit of contact as we have a few drivers off the track. Looks like a Mercedes and a Williams of Daniel Rocks there. Now heading on to the Wellington Straight. No DRS, of course, as we are in wet conditions, and Angus falls down to the back of the pack there. I'm not sure what's happened. I myself have completely missed it, but heading back to the top here, Ricciardo has a 5/10 lead over Lamb, and it looks like everyone has started on the inters, so nobody has gone onto the wets for a great launch here, but it seems as we've seen some chaos into turn 1, SJ.
Yeah, definitely right at the back there. Angus is 1.8. Looked like he had a bit of damage there. Zombie's got a bit of damage and goes around the outside and spins Falcon. Ooh, that looked like that was that could have been a close one as well. But we are jumping on board there. We've got Symphonic and Winter going at it. And look at Controlling. He's up in the P12. Keep an eye out on Ferrari. Keep an eye on Alpine. They are the ones at the moment controlling just in front of Vettel. And Toast and Lamb are so close together as well. So Controlling looking to make a move on Aben. Oh, there's a bit of
Oh,
He's
make
made
contact.
Abbott now into P13, controlling to P12, and Vettel now into P11. We've got yellows at the back there in that sector 3. There's a lot going on. It's very slippery conditions. Back up to the front. Ricciardo leading the way, 5.5 tenths out in front. Then we've got Lamb, Toast, and then Zach User, Suts, Kaz, Sick Party, Terrence, Webber, Liam Dernberg, Vettel, controlling Gangster, Aben, Daniel Rocks, Winter, Zombie, Falcon, Angus, and Symphonic are your order at the moment, as Vettel has lost out to controlling, and they're going to go side by side. Vettel goes side by side with controlling, loses that position down into P12, controlling down to P11, back out to the front quick.
Yeah, of course, as you say, back up to the front, it does seem like the top 3, maybe 4 are pulling away here. No one really making any moves. Of course, it is a long race as it stands. Lamb would win the championship, but quite a long way to go. We see Control on P11 not quite making any moves right now, but up, I believe, 9 places. He is an absolute master in the rain, and well, that's exactly what you want going in for a championship, right? They have a 20-point lead. They have 2 drivers who are very strong in wet conditions, as there isn't really anyone going side by side right now. It seems as we're all going single file, as Gangster gets a bit of wheel spin heading out of Beckett's, and Zombie's going to have a nice run on him with a bit of end play damage. They'll come side by side into Stowe. Zombie looks to make the move, and he sticks it down the inside, heading out of Stowe, SJ.
Yeah, definitely a great battle there between Ricciardo and Ryan Adair. And Moss, if you haven't got anything decent to say, mate, don't say it and just leave the stream, my friend. Don't need to hear rubbish on the stream. Ricciardo in P1 at the moment. Ryan Adair in P2. Toast in P3. They're going at it at the moment, and it's a great, nice little battle. Back down the front, we've got yellows in Sector 1. These conditions are causing the drivers issues all over the place from the top, and looking pretty consistency at the moment, but down the bottom these drivers are really struggling. As we can see, the 2 Kick Saubers are going at it as well. Nick Hulkenberg, known as Sick Party, and Webber up into P8. And well, these conditions at the moment, Sick Party is Quicksilver are going to be very interesting to see, because everyone is basically 50-50. No one has the advantage at the moment, because everyone is literally behind each other trying to hold those cars side by side. There's Toast, looks to make a move on Lamb, as Lamb made a bit of a mistake coming out there. He's really testing that car, and Toast is trying to hold on that position. Zach Hughes is in that P4 at the moment, followed by Sats and Kaz at the moment, and Terrence in P7 as well. Great start from Terrence, and also Kaz and Sats. And as Toast looks to get a little bit of his arms out, does he go for the move? No, he just stays behind Lamb for the time being. But Ricciardo is leading the way, but Lamb wants to try and get the move done, and no one's going to make the move as of yet. They're getting closer and closer to that Aston Martin quick.
Yeah, they are right up each other's bumpers here. Toast making a few mistakes in the 3rd sector, just really sticking to the back of Lamb, as Webber sets the fastest lap with a 42.351, just bested by Zombie, who went a couple tenths faster, 42.290, with the end plate damage as well. So very strong showing from Zombie there, double end plate damage, and Winter is in the pit lane, presumably for a wing change, but we'll let him dip in. Yeah, but he's changing that front wing. Of course, I don't believe there are compulsory stops with a wet race, but these tyres are going to degrade very quickly around here, especially the front left. It is going to get absolutely hammered around some of these corners like Luffield, and then the high-speed right-hander after it. No one's really looking to make a move, but Toast is really sticking right to the back of Lamb here. Aside from that, everyone's keeping single file, just waiting for their opportunity to arise.
Yeah, definitely. Zach User really does need to attack Toast. If he attacks Toast, that gives Lamb a little bit of breathing space, because he does look under a lot of He looks under jeopardy here from Toast, as Toast does get better angles and better exits in some of those corners. Looking at it, still raining at the moment. We're not seeing a dry race at the moment. Toast coming around into Stowe. He's keeping very, very close. It is a nice little battle going on between the front three. It's literally P1 all the way down to P8, which is the battle. And who is going to be making the mistake first? Who is going to have the better pit strategy? That is going to be the question. Excuse me. Back further down, we've got Webber up into P8, controlling in P9. This is great news for Ferrari at the moment, because Vettel is down there in P12, but he's not that far behind Liam Darrenberg in that P11. But as it stands at the moment, Ferrari are in a good spot for the constructors. Back up to the front, Ryan Adair still keeping close to Ricciardo, not making a move as of yet. Neither is Toast, Zach User, Eva, neither Sats, neither is Kaz. So nice little battles going on. Just a little bit of a message here. Zombie has gone from P18 to P13, so he's having a great race, but he's got a bit of front wing damage there as well, so he's going to start to struggle, and he's now up against Vettel, who is trying to get into that corner. Nicely done there. Lap 5 out of 26. Anything changing up front? We're going to look on board with Toast. Quick, over to you.
Yep, Toast is just going to look to keep it clean through Maggots and Beckett's. It will be very difficult to make a move in these conditions, as Lamb has a little slide heading out of Beckett's, but that doesn't seem like that'll affect him on the straights, as I will report he's not even burning any of his battery, so he must have a great exit speed here as he just touches the back of Ricciardo. That will give Toast a very nice opportunity with the rest of Sector 3. He slides it again. Just unbelievable. Toast is just staying very patient here. Zombie gets past Vettel for P12. That won't help Alpine in the constructors as Control and sets the fastest lap of 41.0. He is up 10 positions from where he started. Zombie up 8. Two incredible launches off the line, SJ.
Yeah, a lot of drama going on there at the moment, which is very exciting to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but Lamb is getting closer to Ricciardo now on lap 6 out of 26. 20 laps of this Division 2 finale coming to an end, and Toast gets forward. Does he make a move forward? Gets a little bit side there to Lamb, but Lamb shuts the door. Toast is looking eager to get a move, but he doesn't make a move. Lamb's getting closer to Ricciardo, and could Lamb engage a move on the leader at the moment? Lap 6 out of 26, and they're already testing these cars at the moment, quick, in these conditions.
Very much so. It is getting very feisty up the front as Abbott and P18 gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. Toast has a little run on Lamb here, but I don't think he's going to make a move. Neither is Lamb in P2. Maybe was planning on looking for something, but had to back out there. Now Toast just falls 2 seconds behind. This is usually where we see all three of them start to slide around a little, but they seem to have kept it very tidy through there, and Controller makes up another position. He is now up to P8. He is just incredible in these wet conditions. The Zombie sets the fastest lap. He's nothing short of incredible. That's a 40.6 I believe I saw, but heading back up to the front, they're not really making any moves in this early part of the lap. It's more so after Magus and Beckett's I've noticed, but back over to the USJ.
Yeah, I'm on board with Lamb at the moment for an on-board at the moment. He's keeping close to Ricciardo, and he's getting closer and closer, but he knows in his rear view he does have Toast lingering on at the moment. If this stays how it is, Ryan Adair will win the Division 2 champion. It is literally a lap 7, and it's 3 tenths between Lamb and Toast at the moment. in those positions. He couldn't get any closer as Lamb has a little bit of a wobble there coming out of Cox. And he does hold the position, but he cannot make any mistakes behind him because he's got Toast right there. And Toast is getting closer. You can see that sector time moving into a 10.5. 3 tenths now. Zach User, could he go for a move on Toast? We'll wait and see after this lap to see if there's any changes at the moment. Yep, you got the, I did the first one with Lamb in qualifying. I'm on board this one at the moment, AXT, as Lamb is about to finish up on lap number 7, getting on to lap number 8. I'll tell you something, Ricardo is doing a fantastic job holding up Lamb at the moment. And Lamb doesn't need to do anything silly here quick. He is leading this championship as it stands. If he stays in this position, it's all over. He has done it. But this is the pressure he is under. He is under extreme pressure from Toast that is literally just right behind him. Zach Hughes is there as well. So if there's a mistake from Toast and there's a mistake from Lamb, then Zach Hughes can get involved in this as Lamb is getting closer to Ricardo. We've just lost Daniel Rocks. If you could get him in for an invite, that would be fantastic. And we'll have to wait and see, as we've got Terence has just got the job done on control, and they're going side by side. Red Bull versus Ferrari. Controlling goes round the outside. Terence holds his position and keeps the position, but goes on a wide line. Let's Control and come back into it, and he's got the move done. Or has he? No, because Terence is going to come back at him on the left-hand side. They're going to go side by side. Are they going to go side by side into Cops? No, Terence keeps the position into P7, and he is falling right behind Kaz now in that P6 position with Kaz and Sats in P5. There is a lot going on here, and it is hardly anything in it within the top 7 at the moment. Quick.
Yeah, as you were on board there with Control, and I think Lamb actually made a mistake into Luffield, and it looked like Toast had a very good run on him for a minute, heading out of Woodcote. Lost a lot of time to Ricciardo, but he's caught right back up, so it seems as we're very equal in terms of pace here, and
Ooh, drama. Looks like Controlling's had a bit of an incident there with Terence on lap number 9, and he's dropped down into P11. He's got Vettel in P13, so it's not all doom and gloom at the moment, but he does need to get further up that pecking order. We know he's got the pace, but that's had a bit of an incident there. He's dropped him a lot of spots. He's now dropped from P10, P9 and P8. Webber now to P8, Sick Putty into P9. These wet conditions, are they going to continue? It looks like they could continue for the end of this race. We're on lap 9 and at 26. Nothing is changed at the front still. Ricardo's still leading the way. Ryan Adair in P2 and Toast in P3, followed very closely by Zach User, Sats, Kaz and Terence and Webber, and Sick Party will be coming into that as well. So there's hardly anything in it at the moment within that top 7.
Yeah, nothing in it, as Controling's already made up 2 positions there, I believe, after spinning, and it does look like the championship is swinging in Ferrari's favour at the moment. Built a very nice gap to Vettel in P13, and well, pretty much the result just shows that they might be on for a nice run here. The question is Toast on for a nice run? Not quite. He's just sticking with the back of Lamb. Obviously, you're equal on points. You don't want to make any mistakes down into the ultimate chicane here. Yeah, it just keeps it planted, but top 7, top 8 now, potentially top 12 soon, are well within a second of each other. This could really go anyone's way here.
Yeah, definitely. We did have an on board there for Winter, but Winter is all the way down in P20, unfortunately. So we won't be doing an on board at the moment with the drama that's going on at the front. So just been refunded there, Nishka. Ricardo in P1, Ryan down P2 at the moment, but Toast is all over him. He's trying to get the move done We have 16 laps remaining. The question is, are these guys going to pit, or are they going to take these inters to the end? Here is literally hardly anything in it at the moment. Toast tries to go for a move there on Lamb, and he looks for the position as Lamb does make a little bit of a mistake, and Toast is trying to get the move done. We saw this again earlier on in the season. Toast and Lamb in China, and Lamb held on for dear life in that race and managed to hold on. So can he do it again? But Toast is just eager to get the move done and get that position, because he needs that position for that championship. The question is, can he hold it? That's going to be the question, Quick.
Yeah, of course, as we see the traction control kicking in for Toast here. It seems he's just catching Lamb, very minuscule gap here as Vettel gets a 3-second penalty. That's not going to help Alpine at all in this championship. But yeah, so it seems as soon as Toast catches up, Lamb just dips right back out, builds another small gap, and it just keeps repeating itself, we've seen. As he's still right up the back of Ricciardo and the top 9. Speaking of ninth, Control and sets the fastest lap. I believe this is the first one in the 39th. He set a 39.5 as Zombie gets a 3-second. Weber on the inside of Kazuda. Will he be able to stick it now on the outside line? It looks like he'll just stay behind the V-car up here, but yeah, now that top 9, well within a second of each other. And I'll hand it back over to you up the front.
Yeah, definitely. I'm still on board.
Hold on, Ricciardo side.
Oh, Ryan!
Oh, he
Ricciardo's
cuts
gone
off
off track. What's happened there? We got drama here.
Gives Lamb the lead of the race.
What has happened there? I don't know if he's made a collision there with Ricciardo, but Ricciardo's lost it and dropped all the way down into P11. Oh, what happened there? Absolute drama for Ricciardo. Ricciardo down all the way into P12. And he has got a lot to do now to get back up to the front. We'll have to wait and see there. I think he spun. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Is that a steward report coming in? We'll have to wait and see. I'm just trying to listen to what people are saying in the chat at the moment. Ryan Adair is leading the way with Toast now into P2. Zach User into P3. Suts into P4. Terrence into P5. Kaz into P6. Drama here at Silverstone, and Ricciardo has dropped all the way down into P12. Question is, was that an incident between him and Lamb?
Now, as people start to dip into the pit here, I do believe I just saw Ricciardo one ride and then I'm not too sure what happened onto the entry of Luffield, but obviously that's very unfortunate for Ricciardo. He has very strong pace, and I'm sure he'll fight his way up the pack. As I said, we do have some pit stoppers here. It is almost the direct midpoint of the race. Kazuto, Liam Dierenberg, Weber, Zombie, Vettel, Gangster, Symphonic, all in the pits. It looks like they'll maintain position, but the question is, what can Lamb do with the clean air here, and what will be the pit strategy between both him and Toast? We'll have to wait to see.
Yeah, the question is, there is a dry line forming. You can see there they've really pulled in that dry line now. But are we going to see these conditions change, or is this going to be a full wet race till the end? We'll have to wait and see. 12 laps out of 26, and Ryan Adair is in advantage at the moment, but he cannot ease off. He has a very, very quick driver of Toast right behind him in that Alpine. Zach User is still close by. So's Suts, so's Terrence, and now look at this. Controlling is up to P6, and he is very, very close to the back of Terrence. Will he be a party pooper and cause problems for Toast? That will probably be the plan that Ferrari are looking at. They need to get Controlling closer up to the back of Toast to put pressure on. Controlling comes in, so he is not going to be going to the end on these tyres, as Hulkenberg gets a penalty as well, 3 seconds as well, so that drops him down to P8, and it'll drop him down even further. Terrence gets the fastest lap. Ryan Adair is in the pits. Toast has decided to continue. Ricciardo's got the fastest lap. Everything is going on here at Silverstone tonight. Quick.
Yeah, and now Ryan pitting here gives Toast a very nice sort of advantage here in terms of strategy. Unsure if we'll see him stick it out for the rest of the race, or if he'll just pit in next lap. But if he does that, it seems as Lamb might be able to undercut him. I'm not too sure what the tyre wear's like in the wets, but I'd imagine it is very rough on that front left still. But yeah, Lamb only falling to P6, but of course that's all the difference needed in the championship here.
Oh, definitely. With P6 and P10 and obviously Toad P1 and Vettel P14. We'll have to wait and see. There's your gap to your leader at the moment. We've still got the top 5 still on 12 lap on Inters, which will look to probably pit. We are still seeing wet conditions. It does not look like it's drying at the moment. There are a few penalties as well. 3 for Sick Putty, 3 for Zombie, 3 for Vettel, 3 for Aben, and 6 for Winter. What has gone wrong for them? And Aben is on to the hards, which is a very interesting strap there. So obviously he feels that the track is dry enough for hard compound tyres. I'm thinking otherwise, which is a little bit unfortunate. We'll have to wait and see if things are going to change, because that just tells me, could we be having a dry race? That would be the question there, because he is on hard compound tyres and he is following that dry line very, very nicely. The question is, will he be the quicker car? That's going to be the question. As now we've got Toast, Terence, Sick Party, Falcon all into the pits, and look, Ricciardo is back out in front again.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he stops later on, but I'm just waiting to see what tide. So I wouldn't think he'd risk going on slicks, and up he's on Inters. So that has given Lamb a very nice undercut advantage here, as Toast will just file in behind Zax, and yeah, I'd say this is all going the way for Lamb at the moment. But obviously, with 12 laps to go, anything can happen between both Toast and Lamb.
Yeah, well, the question is now he is on very, very fresh Inters, but can Zach User hold him up? There is no DRS at all, so it's going to be very interesting to see what Zach User can do. If Zach User can be the Titanic and put right in the middle, but Toast looks like he's got some pace already, and it looks like he's about to initiate it on Zach User at the moment. We'll have to wait and see, because Zach User, Ryan Adair are all on fresh tyres, and Ryan Adair will take the lead of this race. Question is, will Toast be able to get past Zach User? Because he's also got Suts just not far behind, just under 8.5 tenths. He's got very, very close to the back of Toast, and if he tries and makes a move as well and puts Toast under pressure, this could be, as you did say, advantage to Lamb, as Ricciardo is coming into the pits. Question is, where will he come out after he had that spin? We're still waiting to see if that is a spin or if he made contact with Lamb. We'll have to wait and see. But Lamb is about to lead this race. Ricciardo is just about to come out the pits now. How long is it going to be? Where is he going to finish? That's going to be the question. Is here comes Ryan Adair. Here comes Zach User. Here comes Toast. Where's Ricciardo? Ricciardo drops down to P4. Looks like he's going to drop even further. Could he lose out to Terence? Yes, he is going to lose out to Terence, and controlling. Drops into P8 on very, very fresh tyres. So keep an eye out on Ricciardo. But Toast is getting very close to the back of Zach User, and so Suts. Suts is getting involved in this now. So are these guys going to cause a problem for Toast for this championship fight?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like, when you look at drivers outside of the title fight, you usually find that they don't really care for the fight, and that they're just fighting the best position for themselves out here. So it will be interesting to see if they sort of back off from the championship leaders, or if they just go in, have a fight, have a dip at a podium, and yeah, no, that'll be an interesting one. Zach's User has a nice run into Maggots, into Beckett's. Just keeping it tidy, keeping Toast held up from Ryan, and well, we've got 11 laps to go. Who do you think's taking it, SJ?
Well, at the moment, you'd say it's advantage Lamb, because he's 2 spots in front of Toast. But yeah, anything can happen. There is a long way to go in this race. It looks like it is anyone's, to be honest with you, at the moment, the top 3. Because if you look at it, you've got obviously Ryan Adair leading the way, Zach User all on fresh intermediates. And the rain is still staying the same, so it'll be very interesting to see how this is going to go. But no DRS is enabled, so this is all about skill and also about like how these guys are going to run these tyres to the end there, because don't forget, Toast is going to be on 1 lap fresher tyres than the front 2 as well, and he looks all over the back of Zach User. Zach User tries to get into that wet part of the track to get that temperature up on those tyres. You do not want to be burning them out. He is going to be under extreme pressure. Toast is just waiting for a mistake. We're seeing mistakes there at the moment as Controller and Ricardo are going at it. There's yellows in sector 1. Something's happened there.
Vettel.
Controller. Oh, Zach User's lost out to Toast, and Toast is into P2. So Zach User's made a mistake, and Toast is through. Can Zach User get back at him? That's going to be the question. Now Toast is going to try and push on and get Lamb for this P1 with 10 laps of racing remaining in this race. It is going to go to the wire, and it is definitely to the wire. What conditions to put this race under? 10 laps to go, Quicksilver. It is definitely pressure cooker time now.
It's just unbelievable, honestly, seeing the fight between the top 3 here. Now, really, will Lamb be able to keep Toast behind it? Toast looks like he's on a charge here. He really wants this championship just as much as Lamb does, so we might see those two pull away and have a lovely fight to the end here. Hopefully keep it nice and clean with each other as Ricciardo makes an overtake on Control, and he's fighting back up through the field. Everyone's just keeping it tidy at the moment. No overtakes. Suts actually is going for a move on Zax here, but Zax isn't giving up. He's going to fight it. Maybe
Toast has gone for a move! Toast has gone for a move! He goes on the left-hand side! Does he get the move done? He's going to hold his line. Lamb goes around the outside. They're going to go side by side. Toast has got it! Lamb's lost the grip! Lamb comes back round the outside and Toast holds his position. Lamb's going to come back at him. He doesn't get the move done. And Toast has taken the lead of the Silverstone Grand Prix. But Lamb is not going to give that up. He's going to come back at him. Oh, he stays behind into Cops. And Toast holds his position. And he has lost the position. And Toast is back out in front in P1. Sorry, Quick, back to you.
No, you had all right to take over there. That might just be the championship deciding overtake right there. As Webber gets a 3 second for track limit. It's almost half the field with track limit penalties now. Will Lamb be able to get it past Toast? Toast has had to use a lot of his battery to get past you. You'd think he'd just be harvesting and holding up Lamb here, as it is very difficult to overtake. On the track as he maybe locks up there. That was a huge mistake from Toast, but Lamb just wasn't close enough to capitalize there. Another question I have is, well, we have Toast using traction control here. Will that play a factor, as it is incredibly just easier to keep it on track, keep it glued, but of course you will be severely throttled by how the game handles traction control. Lamb isn't running it, he's toughing it out. This one's going to come down to the wire. I honestly can't predict, as Suts in P4 gets a penalty. Ricciardo looking for a move around the outside of Kaz. He's going to have the inside out of Luffield. He looks like he's going to get that move done, and it's hard to say he's not going to be a disruptor for this championship.
No, Ricardo is definitely getting closer and closer at the moment. He's in P5. He is literally 2.7 seconds from the lead, and don't underestimate him, because he is on 2 lap fresher tyres than these guys at the front, as Kaz gets a penalty, and that's a P6 now, so P6 and P4. And Durr is put into the comments as well, will we see a 3-second time penalty on the last corner? We saw it last night with Fat Cat, who handed out the championship to McJammy Dodge, and well, at the moment Toast is 5.5 tenths. Lamb is not going to give this up without a fight. It's 6.5 tenths. The question is, it is all going to go to the wire. We've got an onboard lap here coming in, Ricardo, so we're going to jump on board with Ricardo. There's a yellow in Sector 1
Winter's
safety
going
car
slow.
will definitely surprise this race up even more. But we're on board with Ricardo, and I'm going to let you take this one away. Quicksilver, over to you.
Of course, heading out of village now. Ricciardo just keeping it nice, tidy behind Sutz. I believe that he knows he has stronger pace than these two, and it does look like he might be thinking of an overtake down the inside here. He will be thinking about it. He will have a nice lunge on Sutz, and he gets it done. Sutz went wide, so he's had a lovely exit here, and he will be immediately looking to make a move on Zax here and just catch back up to the front two here. He has found a lot of pace after going off at Luffield earlier. But as we head into Maggot and Beckett's here, he decides to take a much tighter line than Zax, taking the wet line through there. He has a nice exit, much better than Zax, so he's going to have a little run here. He also has the battery advantage, but will he look for a move into Stowe? Yes, he will, as Winter has retired. That is in the pit lane. Nothing to get excited about. Now head into the chicane, and I believe that will be our lap, SJ.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely fantastic. Just a fantastic. Just a fantastic race so far. 6 laps to go of this championship, and it's going to be fantastic to wait and see, as Ricardo could still get involved in this, and we'll have to wait and see. But he looks like he's going to make a move on Zach User as he's trying to get the move done there, and he does get the move done, and Zach User makes a mistake, so Ricardo now to P3, and Zach User is out!
Zach is out of the session!
Is out, and there's a safety car! My days! 6 laps to go, and a safety car there! Zach User's lost it, and it looks like someone's just said he's been murdered on track there. Did Ricardo make contact with Zach User, and in wet conditions? Oh, what do you do here? Oh, this is going to be an absolute pressure cooker in these 6 laps, Quicksilver. I cannot wait to see, can Ryan Adair pull something out the bag and get toast on the safety car restart? That is going to be the question. And, well, this is going to be massive because Ricardo is right there as well now. Oh, this is going to get interesting.
That is certainly not what Toast was. Maybe it's exactly what Toast wanted. We don't know what's going through the head of these championship contenders, but what we do know is, I believe you mentioned, Ricciardo is going to be right up the rear of both of these two, and he is showing much stronger pace at the moment. This is just unbelievable timing for a safety car as Toast comes in.
Wow.
Lamb's the only one that's staying out, I believe.
Wow. What has happened here? Why would he do that?
Now Lamb will have track advantage and control, and of course will follow him through.
He will.
And everyone else is just dipping into the pits here. It looks like Control has a bit of work on his hands.
Oh, this is going to be defending to a max, because everyone else... Is anyone going to continue? Is anyone going to continue? Falcon is going to continue. Can Falcon get in front of Toast? That'll be the question. If he gets in front of Toast, no, he's not going to. Toast pulls out into P3, Falcon into P8. Toast is going to be on fresh tyres with 5 laps remaining. Controlling has to defend for his life. He has to defend for...
Absolutely.
Is this a bold move here from Ferrari? Have they done it right here? This is drama.
Ferrari looking for a 1-2 here. That'll be an excellent way to end their championship campaign. It does look like it will swing in their favour at the end, but we will get a few laps after the safety car concludes. I am just lost for words. Honestly, this is a very split strategy here. Lamb and Control and have track position. There will be lots of communication between the two to make sure Control can attempt to hold off Lamb and Ricciardo for as long as humanly possible, and I don't think I can find the words to describe how I feel about it, as it gets a drive-through.
Oh no.
Control and gets a drive-through penalty.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no. I cannot believe.
Oh,
Oh
this
my
is
days, what am I
unbelievable.
seeing? What are we seeing? Controlling might have.
Well,
Oh no.
something we do know about a drive-through is you have 3 laps to serve it after we go green, so he still has all of those 3 laps to hold up the cars behind him. But oh my word,
Oh my days.
this is unbelievable. And hold on, am I seeing this right? Our control one in P7 is P. It can't just be me seeing this, SJ.
Yeah, I've just seen it. He's just dropped down into P8.
Controls dropped to 8th. This is terrible news for Lamb.
I know he's. Oh no, I don't know what's happened there.
Oh.
Oh no. Apps.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
going
know
from
what's
bad
going
to
on
worse.
here. I don't know what's going on here. Win the race. A poll is going up. Guys, get your comments in ASAP because we are going to have an absolute finale. I'm going to leave it a minute to get your poll in. There you go. Who is winning the race? Get your votes in. There we go. Oh my days.
Oh. It looks like we will have another lap or 2 under the safety car just to let everybody catch up, but this has really thrown the plan out of the window for Ferrari seeing control and go all the way down to 8th with the drive-through penalty as well. So even if they can steal the constructors here, it is still a large task to get the drivers here. Lamb's going to have to defend with his life to keep off Toast. There are so many ways, SJ, that I could see this play out here.
I just don't know how this is going to go because if you look, you've also got Ricciardo, who has had a very, very interesting race, and you know he is now in P3. Now Lamb could have a saviour if them two battle it out and he tries and pulls away. So Toast, everyone is saying Toast is going to win this race. That's the poll vote. It's only a minute long. We'll have to wait and see.
Would have been 50-50 if I put in my vote on time, but
this
nonetheless. You snooze, you lose.
This is insane. What a way to end this. And Liam Derenberg has left the session again. So if you could get him an invite back in. We've got 46 people tuning in for the Division 2 Championship. Pick it up and let's get to the big 5-0 for the last race of the season for Division 2. Get your friends around, get your dog involved, your cat, your budgie, your whatever pets you've got. Get as many people as you can because we are going to have 3 laps of racing remaining in this race and it is going to the wire. 5 more people tune in to get to the 50, so get as many of you in as possible. This is gonna be epic. Liam Derenberg, we've sent you an invite. Got Quicksilver, he is on all of it.
Of course, but it is just really hard to find words under the safety car here. It's very hard to say that Lamb will have any sort of advantage here apart from the clean air ahead, but it looks like the safety car might be in slap, depends if Abin can catch the back of the field or not.
Did you send Liam an invite?
Yeah, I shot it through.
Awesome. I'm going to let you take away this safety car restart. I will take the final lap.
Yeah, as we go through Maggot and Beckett's, Lamb will be in no rush to get this back underway. The question is, will the safety car be in this lap? I've been trying to make his way to the back of the field, and the safety car will be in. We will get 3 racing laps here to decide the championship between Lamb and Toast. It'll be very interesting to see when Lamb decides to take off here, as Toast will need to be quick on the throttle. And as I said, there are so many ways this could play out. You have Ricciardo right behind. He will do everything in his power to disrupt the championship, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Starts
It's
has a
going to be
3
very
second.
interesting. Very interesting.
But we will keep our focus on the championship leaders here. The top two. When will Lamb take off? Looks like he might wait for the exit here. And we're approaching the grid slots here. He has taken off out of the final turn here. Full throttle, burning all the batteries. He's really going to have the tire disadvantage against Toast here. But it looks like everyone will keep it clean through turn 1 down to turn 3. But we won't stick with any of them. The battle is up the front for the championship here. Toast will be very eager to make a move down Wellington straight. No DRS here for the remaining 3 laps, so it will be decided on pure skill alone. Can't quite get close enough to make a move yet, but almost make contact with Lamb heading out of left field there. Now we're heading down into Copes here, I believe, as Lamb will shift down into 6th here. Toast will do the same, and it looks like Ricciardo is just filed right behind them, so that's not too far behind. Heading out of Beckett's here. Lamb gets a nice launch, but so does Toast. Toast has gotten a very nice launch down here. He will look to have a move down the hangar straight. Lamb will be defending with his life, as he just can't quite get the move done. Now, from this point onward, lap 25, we are unable to get any more safety cars, so it will be a 2-lap dash to the end from here. As I'll get about halfway through the lap, then I'll let you take it away, SJ, as Controlin is serving his drive-through penalty and has actually retired from the session.
Oh no.
So, no hope for him here, as it is all on Lamb to seal the constructors and the drivers for Ferrari here, as Ricciardo makes a bit of contact with the rear of Lamb. The top 8, maybe 9, it seems to have all pulled out from each other, but it looks like Toast will be maybe looking to make a move around the outside, not quite. He will be looking for every chance he can get, hopefully keeping it clean.
Ricciardo! Round the outside!
Ricciardo!
Oh!
He can't quite make it!
He can't make it, no one can make it. Let's try to do it. Keep going quick. I'm going to take the finale.
Yeah, of course, as Toast will be looking to have a run into Maggots and Beckett's. He's right on the battery. Lamb is saving. A Zombie gets another 3-second penalty. That'll be a race ending for him, perhaps. Toast doesn't. Sorry, they're both quite equal on battery here, exiting Beckett's, and they will be burning absolutely everything. But it looks like Toast will have another run. Heading into he will take the outside again, but there just isn't a gap. He's got to try and look for one. They bang wheels, but SJ, I believe it's time for the final lap. I'll let you take this one away.
So Ricciardo comes on the outside of Toast, tries to get the move done. He's going to go for the move. He gets the move. He's got the move. He's into P2. That gives Lamb the championship as it stands. Can he hold on for this lap? The pressure is on. If he lets Ricciardo through, he still wins. Ricciardo is going to go around the outside. He's got so much pace. He is on the quicker tyre. Lamb holds it to P2. He's going to go side by side with Ricciardo. There's a bit bench. Oh no, Toast goes around the outside. He takes the win and he takes the lead. Ricciardo goes off track. Lamb is now into P3. I don't know if Lamb is going to be able to do it. Lamb is just going on the left-hand side.
He's going to make a move on
Toast goes
Ricciardo.
around the outside. They're going to make contact. The Aston and the Ferrari. Toast is looking to win this championship. I am going to lose my voice by the end of this race. Toast is now a second in front. Ricciardo is down to P2. Lamb is down to P3. Couldn't get 10 times worse, and Sats gets the move done. Toaster's now leading this way. It's all gone wrong on that last lap. Will the stewards be looking at that? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Toaster's got 2 more corners and 1 main straight to be crowned the Division 2 champion. What a finale it's been. Daniel Rocks gets himself a penalty. 7 tenths now between Ricciardo and Toast. Ricciardo is going to have 1 more go, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Toaster's coming around into the final corner, down into Clapham Vale. Lamb is not going to be able to do it. He's still got Suts. Toaster's got 1 more corner. Toast is going to be your Division 2 champion. What a race. Ricciardo P2 and Lamb P3. What a night. There's going to be a lot of conversations. Quicksilver, 26 laps out of 26 in pouring wet conditions. And I think, maybe, I don't know, it's going to be so close, but I think the Constructors does go to, let me have a look. Excuse me. Oh, my voice is absolutely killing. I think the Constructors will go to Ferrari.
Ferrari? No, Ferrari.
It may do. They may just get it. Oh my God! What has happened? What have we just witnessed?
I couldn't answer that, SJ. I do not know what we have just watched in these final 3 laps. You have really been trying to get me to commentate Div 2 for a few weeks now, and I can see why. It is just absolute chaos up the front, and, well, what more could you want out of a championship battle, right? It's just absolute scenes here in Silverstone.
I have no idea. I just don't know. I've got no words. I want to swear, but I can't. You know, what have we just witnessed? 50 people tuning in. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You cannot underestimate, like in real life in Formula 1, let races go to the wire. To let these two have raced all season, to be tied on points, and to make it to the last final corner on the last lap to make the position and make to win the championship. Absolute scenes. It'll be one for memories and memories and memories of Russia as well in history, as absolutely phenomenal. Race winner is Toast. Fastest lap is Ricciardo. I may have done that a little bit too quick. Toast taking the win, and yeah, Ricciardo taking P2. Ryan Adair taking P3, Terence taking P4, then Falcon, Sats, Kaz, Weber, Liam Dernberg, Angus, Hulkenberg, Daniel Rock, Zombie, Symphonic, Aben, Vettel, Gangster, Controlling, and Zach User, and Winter, unfortunately, DNFing. Still will be a steward report, I'm sure, on the Haas and the Aston Martin. But, I don't know. I've got no words. Quick, please, give me a summary. Give me a summary.
Oh, summary. I don't know how I can wrap that one up, SJ. Just, it looked like the top 3. We had Ricciardo, Lamb, and Toast just absolutely dominating up the front of the field for that first half, and then it looked to be Ricciardo making a mistake, maybe a bit of contact with Lamb out of left field, took him down the order into P9, I believe. Toast and Lamb really ran up the front for the rest of their stints. Then we had the pit stops with Lamb undercutting Toast, of course. Zach's User getting in between the two. And got back past, and not much else happened until we got to the safety car, which absolutely shook everything up. There will be plenty of reports, I reckon, as that whole section between Village and the following straight was just pure chaos. That is what decided the championship right there.
Oh, that was epic. That was absolutely epic. We just, what we've just witnessed, just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we are going to wait for these guys to get in to have a quick interview. But thank you very much for jumping in and taking this away with me as well.
Very chaotic one to start off my divisional race commentating career, but honestly, that was a great one to cover. I'm so many filler words here. I'm just so lost for what I could say here. My team principal just lost the championship on the final lap. It's very gutty for himself, but victory in the Alpine garage for Toast here. Yeah, lots of people saying Ricciardo decided the championship here. That you could have very split opinions about what happened, but it was very feisty up the front on that final lap.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see what what the stewards are going to say. Is it going to go down to a steward reports? Is it going to be clean? We'll have to wait and see. Going to decide the championship, and like Kai mentioned, betting on Toast to win as well. Definitely looks like match fixing to me. SJ. Well, yeah, anyone can bet on anyone winning the championship. It's about when they're racing, end of the day. And Ricardo was down and out for a period of time. There was an incident earlier on. He had a spin. He managed to put himself back, and the safety car changed things up. Which whoever thought that we were going to get a safety car, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But I'm just waiting on these guys to jump in and probably getting themselves a little bit of water. I'm going to need some water. I've even got a cider here to celebrate the championship as well. And we're just waiting on these guys to jump in to have a quick chat with us. So Toast, and we've also asked the Alpine team principal of Bread. So I'm just going to tag them one more time to get them in. It would be great to get these guys in. But what a race! What a race! Like, so difficult, wet conditions all the way through, and just scenes, wasn't it? It was just absolute scenes.
Yeah, I'm just reflecting right now and just thinking there's no way I've just covered probably the most chaotic race to end off the season we might have all weekend. But that being said, we have only had 2 races. We have 3 more to go. We have Div 4 tomorrow night, obviously. Myself and Mitch competing for that championship. Once again, another Ferrari Alpine battle. Div 5, TNT and Kaus, I believe, are in a little fight for the championship. And then Div 3, I believe, has been wrapped up. So plenty of action to come your way during the Rush Racing weekend. And, well, what more else is there to say, really? That was a very chaotic end to the race. I'm still trying to get over what happened.
Yeah, I think that's going to be one to talk about. But we're still just waiting on these guys, and we do have one jumping in. Marzi has just jumped in, and also it's just still waiting for these guys to jump in. So just waiting on Toast and Lamb. As we do have these guys finally jumping in, we've got no, I don't know why Slushy's jumped in. We've got Toast in. We're just waiting on Lamb and Ricardo. So when you guys are ready, jump in, and we will take away with interviews. But obviously, that's happened tonight. Does that not worry you going into tomorrow? Obviously, you've seen a race like that tonight. You've seen how quick Alpine have been in Division 4 between Soup and Mitch. And obviously, a few other guys have put some really good time in. Are you not worried about how that went tonight? How that go tomorrow?
The main difference here between tonight and tomorrow is the points difference. I believe I need to secure P9 to win that one tomorrow night. Which, honestly, after what I've just seen, anything can happen at any point in that race. Do not think for a second that either of us will have that wrapped up. Because we could see a last-minute safety car like we did here. And we could see last-minute chaos like we did here. It's... Don't ask me for my thoughts too early. But... yeah... I wonder if we're gonna get Lamb in here, if we have anyone here on his behalf, maybe. Because we do need to get these interviews kicked off soon.
Yeah, I do want to get these interviews going. Well, why not? He's driven. If he's not going to join, he's not going to join. You know, I know it'll be very interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a shame. That is such a shame to not get them to join for an interview.
Totally understandable, though.
It is understandable. It is understandable. All right. First of all, we'll talk to. We've got a few people in here. We'll leave Toast last. We'll talk to a few people in here anyway that have just jumped in as it is the finale race. So, Slushy, obviously you've just jumped in. We've just watched an absolute epic race from start to finish. What's your overall opinion of Division 2 tonight?
Lamb got robbed.
Okay, it's gonna be obviously the talking point, and I'm sure that stewards are still gonna have conversations. But yeah, all in all, the racing in itself, obviously wet conditions at Silverstone, not a dry tyre at all. Apart from obviously one driver decided to test it on the hards, but didn't really make any positions. I don't think until the end. I think maybe finished P15, so got himself a point. But what did you think about the conditions?
Yeah, it was pretty good to watch.
Okay. Lack of questions there. I'll pass you over to Quick Silver if he's got any questions for you as well. Over to you, Quick.
Slushy, were you in the voice chat with Lamb as this happened?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, so what was the general reaction coming out of the incident with Ricciardo on the final lap?
I'd be surprised if his neighbours didn't hear him. He was not happy at all.
Yeah, no, honestly, you could be absolutely ecstatic that someone won, but obviously to see him fall, especially after the incident with Ricciardo, that'll be looked at after the race, but I'm not sure there's much you can do about Toast going through there. But yeah, I don't think I have too many questions for Slushy here, but
Okay.
I say we get underway with
We'll
Toast maybe, or if anyone else wants to jump in.
We'll talk to AXT. AXT, you jumped in. What was your thoughts of the race, mate? The finale, Div 2.
It was a very interesting finish and choices by Ricardo, but overall it was alright.
Okay. What did you think of the conditions as well?
I think it would have been more competitive if it was a dry race, but it wasn't really anyone's choice there. So.
Okay. Quick, any questions from you?
Not many I can find for sort of non-race competitors here. We still only have one in here, but I think we're just going to have to take it away, SJ.
Yeah, okay. All right, so Toast. 18 races, bit of a conundrum. Let's hear what you've got to say, mate.
Well, I can't believe it that I won because like going to the last lap, Ricardo overtook me around the outside and like in, so I was down to like third with Lambin first, so that was definitely it really felt like the title slipped away after that. But after like the first sector or something, they were like Richard was doing some stuff, and I managed to around the outside of both of them. So yeah.
I've got to say though, like the whole race, you were just itching and itching to try and make a move, and and you just didn't want to do anything silly, which was very, very interesting to say the least. And we kept watching and watching. Did you ever think that there was an opportunity for a safety car when it did end up coming out?
Yeah, I was that was definitely like a bad timing because I just overtook Lamb and I was like pulling away from him with like fresher tires. So it definitely was a difficult decision to like choose to like pit or not. But I chose to pit, and fortunately, like everyone else went in the pit as well. Because if they didn't, then I would have been at the back. So it was a good gamble.
Do you believe, from a Ferrari's point of view, that the not pitting was probably the icing on the cake, or do you believe it was the incident with Ricardo? Because I think it was you and Ricardo both pitted, and Lamb and Controlling decided to stay out. Then we then had the issue with Controlling had a bit of a net code, so that dropped him down to P8. He then got the drive through. Then he then retired. Then that then made you right behind Lamb, and he held on for dear life, and it looked like he was going to be able to do it until unfortunately, the Aston Martin decided to try and make a move. Do you believe that that was the big issue there, that he should have pit?
I think it was more of like he was always gonna do like opposite of me because if he also boxed, then he would have been right behind me, and if I stayed out, then he probably would have went in the pit as well. So it's definitely like him doing the opposite of me, and like Ricardo doing that move was just the cherry on top.
What was I'm going to pass you over to Quicksilver. Don't worry, I've just got so many questions because this has been an absolutely fantastic battle between you and Lamb. How have you managed to just keep it so cool and under pressure, just not crack? We saw a little bit of a crack in Belgium when you and Lamb obviously came together and you got the penalty. But then it was just, taking it to the wire, 287 each, going into a final race, and it was wet. Obviously, the red flag, a lot of pressure cookers tonight. You're in P3, Lamb's in P1. There's just so much going on. How did you manage to just keep it so cool?
Well, I'm like really comfortable with like wet conditions, so I just knew that if I like sat behind them, then just not do anything like stupid, and just wait for the perfect opportunity to make a move. And like at like lap 12 or something, he boxed, so I just tried to do the overcut, but unfortunately Zach, he got to undercut me as well, but fortunately he didn't make it too hard for me to pass him. And yeah, it was just about like staying cool the whole race. Like I wasn't thinking like about losing I wasn't even thinking about the title actually. I was just thinking about getting the win.
Yeah, well, last thing to say before I pass you over to Quicksilver, you are the Division 2 champion. It has been an absolute pleasure commentating all your races, having you a part of the Rush family. I cannot wait to see what you do next season. I cannot wait to see what you're going to be like on the new DLC and when you're racing against the big boys as well, if that is the case. But it,
There's one.
it's been an absolute fantastic season, Toast, and yeah, you are the Division 2 champion of Alpine, and congratulations, mate. Enjoy it, celebrate it, have fun, enjoy the break, enjoy the DLC, and that is it from me. And I'll pass you over to Quick.
Now, first of all, take a bow. Toast, you are the Division 2 OCE champion. Unfortunately for me, SJ has pretty much covered everything I've wanted to say, so I'm just going to have to think of a few things here. What exactly goes through your mind when you're trailing Lamb for pretty much 2/3 of the race here?
I was just trying to not make any mistakes, trying to figure out where he was slower or like more vulnerable. So yeah.
Yeah, so there won't be much from me tonight. I'll probably just have a few more if I can think of any. SJ, if you have any more, feel free to jump in. Honestly, I'm pretty stuck here. But
Sorry, I've taken all away from you.
yeah,
My apologies. No,
yeah, there's not really much
just
more I can ask.
just
I think
fantastic. Just great work. It's been an
it's
absolute
just
privilege, and yeah, a pleasure. I don't know. What's his
So,
plans?
Yeah, I
What's
think
for
I
this
think that's where we
weekend?
might have to. That's where we might have to end that one off. I will say though, congratulations, Toast, on the championship, and I think you should go back and celebrate with your team.
yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah. Anything from Toast? Have you got anything for us? Or anything you want to say?
Mm, Mitch will win tomorrow.
So I repeat that.
Yeah, I said Mitch will win tomorrow. The championship.
There we go.
No, 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 no.
He pleads Alpine. He definitely pleads Alpine. Look forward to seeing you in season 11, Toast. Congratulations. And yeah, I'm sure we'll talk to you on awards night.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, quick. I took all your questions away. We have the engineer here from Ferrari. This will be a very interesting interview. So Cooper Trooper is in here. So take it away.
Yeah, Cooper, obviously a very controversial finish. I do appreciate you coming in on behalf of Lamb. Just what was going through your mind on that final lap?
There we go. Just a bit disappointed, really, that it had to come to that, but just nothing much Lamb could do. They tried his absolute best to hold on and try and win it, but unfortunately it didn't go his way. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, it's a bit hard, obviously. You're leading for a large chunk of that race, and then you just have it all taken away from you in one swing, it looked like, and I'm not sure if there can be much done about it on Lamb's side, unfortunately. But what was qualifying like for you guys? There was a bit of sort of controversy around that as well, because people put on wet setups hoping for the wet racer, and then some people put on dries for the qualifying side, but then Park Firma got thrown out the window there. What was qualifying like for you guys?
Not too overly sure. I think Lamb did go with the dry setup. I'm not entirely sure on that, but yeah, it was just important for Lamb just to make for each qualifying session, qualify up the top, and he did that pretty well. Minus the fact that bloody Ricciardo went 6 tenths faster than the entire field, which is a bit insane, but yeah, I mean, P2 is not too bad to start with.
Yeah, well, obviously, taking off my commentary hat for a second, I'm very gutted for Lamb, obviously, coming from Ferrari. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say on my side, Gov, if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I got plenty. How long you got, Cooper?
Got plenty of time, mate.
I think there's going to be a lot of heated conversations, and I think that one of the things that we need to think about that these things do happen in F1. We saw it in real life, worse than this, and I think we can't take anything away from Lamb. I think that's one thing that we mustn't forget. He has driven absolutely fantastic. He probably couldn't do anything else in that race apart from probably change his tires on that pit, in that pit. On the pit window. And I think that's one thing that we need to focus on as well. He has had an extreme competitor of Toast who has been taking it to him every race. And I call him Iceman because he just doesn't make any mistakes. And I know, obviously that it's a big one, and I can't really say too much. And I know there's going to be questions asked and raised, and this and that. But at the end of the day, what happens on track happens on track. We can't do anything about it. But from an engineering point of view, the pressure when the safety car came out, and he had the opportunity to pit, what was going through his mind? Why did he not pit?
I think we both made the call to hopefully pray and see if more cars would stay out. Unfortunately enough, everyone else came except for his teammate, which we were hoping that Control could hold up the rest of the field, but then unfortunately he got a really random drive through for being apparently too far back off Lamb, which didn't help, and then yeah, then he had some sort of problem and it put him back in P8, so that also didn't help. So that threw that out the window. But Lamb did his ultimate best to hold on to keep the title, and yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's one thing that we can never take away. Lamb has done absolutely fantastic, and to take it to the wire, 287, and also constructors battle as well on the line. Absolutely fantastic. What can you say from an engineering point of view of Lamb's season?
Oh, it's been an absolute phenomenal season for him. There's been a couple times where I've had to try and calm him down because he just does not stop raging. I don't know how his neighbours put up with him, but when he's in a calm mindset, he's just about unstoppable.
Yeah, I just don't know what else to say really. It's just been an absolute fantastic season to watch with both, and it's really unfortunate that it's come down to this. What do you think Lamb will do going into next season? What do you think he'll learn from this moving forward? I know obviously there's not much because he was on very, very old tyres against two guys on very, very quick tyres. So all he had to do was just be a battering ram and just try and hold on to that position. What do you think he'll learn from this going into seasons and seasons?
I think he'll let fire under him, and he'll be wanting to push very hard next season. Div 1. Hopefully he can try and do something in Div 1, be up the front competing well. But yeah, for sure this will put a fire under him and get him going for next season.
Yeah, definitely. And I know it's obviously something not to mention, but Ferrari do take out the constructors to 422 points. So they do get Alpine there. I know that is obviously something that is probably not going to be wanting to be mentioned at the moment. But do you have anything to say to us on behalf of Lamb or on behalf of Division 2 this season?
I just want to congratulate Toast on his. He did everything absolutely he needed to do. He's done well. He's done a phenomenal season. I've known Toast as well. Like I had Toast and Lamb in my as teammates in another league, so I know them very well. I know they're both very quick, so it's good to see that both my former team were doing well together. So yeah.
Well, Cooper, thank you so much for jumping in and having a chat with us. I know obviously Lamb is probably not in the good spirits at the moment, but like I said, we cannot take away what he's done this season. He's done an absolute phenomenal job. Obviously, it's not the way we probably want things to go, but racing is racing, and these things do happen, and we've got to live and learn from it. And we go again next season. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Ferrari team of Lamb and Controlling for taking out the constructors. So well done on that. And thank you very much for jumping in.
Cheers. Thanks.
Anything else from you? Quick.
What was that, sorry?
Anything else from you?
From me, no, I don't really have much else to say here. Everything's pretty much been covered already, but very chaotic race to end off the Div 2 season, and yeah, I can't wait to see how evaluations go into Sidaga race next season. I'm sure Lamb will be very hungry to come back and get another championship.
Yeah, definitely. Right, from me, Division 2 is finalised, done and dusted. Obviously, we are going to be waiting for reports and student reports, depending on what the outcome of the reports are in this race. But as you have seen and as you have probably heard, Toast is the Division 2 championship. Ferrari are the Constructors championship. Obviously, it did come down to the wire on to the last lap, which is, yeah, anything you'd want that in F1 racing, and especially in sim racing, especially for an audience as well that tuned in to watch that. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate Division 2. It's been absolutely a fantastic division, week in, week out, different winners, battles, crashes, everything. It's just given everything, which is all part of league racing. And I look forward to seeing all these guys next season. Some of you will be leaving us, some of you will be staying with us, and we may even have new additions on the grid next season. We'll never know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But it is not over. Just a big shout out to a few followers as well. Leclerc, Set and Do. Thank you very much for the follow. The Hype Train earlier on was the 5 subs. Also, Gangster resubbed yesterday as well. Everyone tuning in as always. But it is not over. It is Division 4 tomorrow night. This man in the comms box has a chance to win a championship. He was Division 6 last season. Now he is now Division 4, and he is up for a championship fight against a very, very quick Alpine driver in Mitch. Can he do it? That is going to be the biggest question. We will have Ryan Adair and Sick Party. Ryan Adair. No, we won't. We'll have Daniel Rocks and Rekus in the comments box tomorrow night. That will be taking us away with all the action. I will be on the grid also. It has been an absolute pleasure to commentate this race with you, Quick, and I look forward to commentating more with you next season.
Yeah, I can't wait to jump back in the comms box, give it another go, going around for Div 3 Wednesday. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, thank you to everyone this season, Division 2 and Division 3, full-time, reserves, the whole jazz, everyone this season. It's been an absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to do it all again next season. And with the new DLC dropping as well, it's going to be very, very exciting. Have a good break. Enjoy it. And we will see you for more action tomorrow night. But big shout out before I go, as I do live a little bit of a quote. Ferrari have won the Constructors, but Toast has won the championship. And this will be one for the history books, I'm sure. Thanks very much for tuning in, and we'll see you very, very soon. More action next season. Good night.
Cinema.